Okay, it's good that I interview you so you can speak about yourself, how you became aware of Social Watch, what does Social Watch represent to you, and assessment of Social Watch work.
Thank you, Abdul Kadir. It's nice talking to you. My name is Mirjam from Reisen and I live in Brussels, but I'm originally from the Netherlands. And I work for an organization called EPA, Europe External Policy Advisors, and we work a lot on European Union policy research and also strategies for change and advocacy. We work a lot with Eurostep, and in Social Watch I represent Eurostep, and at the moment I am on the coordinating committee for Eurostep. And you are asking, how do I know of Social Watch? Well, actually I helped set up Social Watch because I worked from 1992 onwards together with Roberto Bisio and later many others on the preparatory process for the Social Summit in 1995 and also for the Women's Conference in Beijing that was held in that same year. And so after we had done 3 years of work together, all of us, and we had this summit and all the heads of states were there and they all made their promises to eradicate poverty and for the equality of women. We said, but now what do we do now? How do we hold them accountable? So we said we have to continue working together as we had in the process of preparation towards the summit. We have to continue that work, but we have to do it with our own governments and in solidarity with each other, because it's our governments who now have to implement their promises. And so that is actually why I then moved physically myself to Brussels, because I felt it had really been, as the European Union, that in Europe the commitments had been made and that we should make an effort to keep Europe and the European Union accountable to what they had agreed in the summit. So since then I have been working together also with many others in Brussels to do that, and I think one of the biggest achievements that we had was that the promise of the Social Summit to eradicate poverty was translated in the Lisbon Treaty, which was adopted in 2009 and which very specifically includes the objective of eradicating poverty, not just in Europe, but worldwide. So we are very proud of that, but also we feel that now there needs to be a lot of work done to make that a reality and to make sure that Europe continues to play a positive role in the world in eradication of poverty, for justice, for human rights, and also that we really address our problems in Europe. There are members here of the European delegation which come from countries such as Bulgaria, from Latvia, also European countries that are not member of the European Union but which are still in Europe. And so we really work with our colleagues there to address very serious problems of poverty that we very often ignore as being part of our reality in Europe. And in the last 2 years we have launched 2 reports in Europe. The first one was on migration, and there we worked with many of the organizations that work with migrants in Europe, and we have to acknowledge that we have very, very serious problems of poverty related to migrants without papers, especially in the European Union. So we are trying to address that problem, and this year we launched a report which was on exclusion, social exclusion, and which we did together with the neighboring countries, including the Arab countries, And it was very important because the report was launched at the same time of the Arab Spring revolutions. And we really started to understand in that process that what has been happening in Tunisia, what has been happening in Egypt, also has very direct consequences for Europe, and that in some of the processes we are seeing the same thing. Now in Ireland, in Greece, in Portugal, the consequences of the financial crisis are very similar and lead to very similar social exclusion, and therefore now in Europe we also see social movements starting to come up and claiming their rights, their democratic rights, and making their claims for social justice. So we feel very much part of the community of Social Watch, and we are very happy that we can share from the experiences in the Assembly and learn from strategies of others like yourself of how we can contribute to social movements claiming their rights.
Thank you, Mirjam. Good luck.